Should be a pretty good crowd that night. Well, Maryland set a program attendance record in the November 30th match last year against Nebraska. More than 13,000 showed up to watch the Terps inside College Park. It's a trend that we are seeing throughout the Big Ten and throughout all of college volleyball. And for more on that and all of Maryland volleyball, welcome in head man Adam Hughes. Adam, great to see you. Hard to believe starting year number 8. This is a grizzled veteran now sitting across from us.
And I'm kicking things off. I feel like I am the vet now. This has been great.
Did you draw the short straw? How did you end up being first with us here today?
I have no idea, but I'm excited to get us started.
All right, Adam, I know after finishing 500 or better in the previous 3 seasons, last year wasn't exactly what you and the team envisioned. So how do you evaluate what 2024 was and use it as motivation and improvement for 2025?
Yeah, I think the best way I would put it is we didn't have a good season, but we have a good program. And the best programs, the best competitors are resilient, find ways to bounce back, and we've always done that. And I'm really proud of the staff and the program. I thought we hit the ground running in December, made some key transitions and brought in some important pieces in the transfer portal. Had a really good spring, and we're very, very excited to get this season started.
Let's start with your approach to the portal. You had 4 transfers, 3 from high major programs. What was the approach and the philosophy when you went into that aspect of recruiting?
Yeah, with this day and age, we feel like we can be very strategic about what we need. We got a really good core coming back, and I think the staff did a really good job of identifying, hey, these are the pieces that we can make big contributions. And so we've been a defensive-minded team for a while. We're trying to change gears here, become a little bit more offensive-minded, especially with the way the conference is playing itself out. And, we brought in good players, but we also brought in really great people, and very, very excited for this group.
I know one person who fits those descriptions for you, Ajack Malual, who we'll meet just in a little bit when she talks with Elena and Holly. For those who didn't see her skill set at a previous stop, what is it?
Man, we had a great opposite last year, lefty opposite in Samantha Schneider. And, I think AJ's got some big shoes to fill, but she has the capabilities of doing that. And she's got elite skills. She's really done a good job of acclimating to the program and also letting her voice kind of take its own vibe. And I think the team's really kind of rallied around her. But she's just a warm, great personality to be around, and happy she's in our program.
An Italian, and I understand she's been speaking Italian for much of the summer. Got to make that transition back to speaking English, because I'm guessing that there's not a lot of others on your team that speak Italian very well.
Nobody, no. We have a Turkish player, so maybe I have a chance at some bilingual, but no chance.
Eva Rohrbach also here with you. How have you seen her progress throughout her career? How does she take the next step in 25?
Yeah, I think that's the best model. We've got some transfers, but we have some core people coming back who have been big leaders for us, and Eva has been that. She's been a starter consistently since she got here on campus. She came here because we have a good program, but she wants to get this program to be great, and she has that potential in her. And she's also been a good leader for us, a good vocal presence in our locker room, and I'm hoping she can have a great season for us.
You mentioned the departure of Sam Schneider. You also lost a pair of Sams last year who were really impactful, and both of your starting setters. So how did you address kind of those needs, and how does it change at all the philosophy of how you envision this team playing?
We had a setter of the future who redshirted last year for us, and Lily Wagner. So it was nice to have someone behind the scenes who kind of got to see how the offense was running, how the program was evolving. I think, again, back to the staff, we did a really good job of kind of reinstalling, kind of relooking at a few things. We wanted to keep the spring to be a little bit fresh and get a fresh start. And the transfers have been allowing us to do that. It's been a good opportunity to reflect a little bit. But at the same time, we haven't lost the core of who we are. And, I think Eva is a good example of that.
What's it been like as a head coach in this league and as a head coach in women's college volleyball right now, in comparison to maybe when you started, to see where this sport is, especially in the past 3 years, the massive rise in popularity, television viewership, put now in slots in between and after NFL games, things that I don't think any of us envisioned possible even 5 years ago?
I mean, I started at Maryland when we transitioned from the ACC to the Big Ten. And at that time, a couple of previous administrations ago, they weren't going to let us sell tickets for volleyball games. They didn't know what the crowds would look like. And then to see us have 13,000 people, I think it says a lot about our program, but I think it says a lot about the Big Ten as a whole and where college volleyball is heading.
And the Big Ten obviously changed drastically a year ago. Now that you have a year to look back on it, how do you think the additions of the 4 West Coast schools impacted not just the Big Ten, but the sport as a whole?
I think we circled it as an opportunity to see kind of where they're going to stack up and how we fit in that mix. I thought we competed pretty well when we went out west. It was a little bit new for us. It almost felt like a non-conference matchup just because we hadn't done it before. But I liked how the team competed in the back half of our second half of the conference and got a good win against UCLA at home. So I thought that was important for us just to let us know that, hey, we belong here and we can hang.
And looking at the schedule for this year, you had those 2 LA schools on the road. You also play at Nebraska, at Penn State. Those are great environments. Those are great opportunities. How do you look at matches like those as opportunities, not get overwhelmed by the environment when you know it's not just the environment, it's also the team standing on the other side of the net?
No doubt. I mean, the travel is a component that's a little bit tricky, but we also realize that, as you mentioned, the sport is growing and TV's taking over some of those decisions, and we're happy with that. So, I think for us, the big thing is being mindful. We're trying to be a little bit better at realizing we have to stay fresh. And those long trips, when we go to Iowa and Nebraska, you're gone from Thursday to Sunday. You got to make sure you're taking care of your athletes. So that's a big focus for us because we want to compete. We want to get some road wins.
Well, you're getting some practice already, right? The travel here wasn't exactly seamless, so you're just getting the season started, getting practice?
Just getting used to things, yeah. A little bit of a delay, but again, we're just happy to be here.
The arrival after midnight, still looking fresh as a daisy. When you do go to Lincoln this year, it won't be John Cook coaching that team for the first time in your Maryland career as he retires after a legendary career. What do you think John's impact ultimately has been and will be as we look at it down the road in the future?
Yeah, you could go on and talk about what John did for volleyball, and not just for Nebraska, but again for volleyball as a whole. I always respected John for the success he had, obviously the national championships, but anytime we went there, he always checked on me as a human. Before the game, he always shook my hand and always wanted to know how I was doing, how the kids were doing, and to me, that just speaks volumes about who he is.
Summer always seems to go fast for those of us who don't work as much during the summer, but I imagine the next month for volleyball coaches goes insanely quickly. So what's the biggest focus as you get ready in between now and the season opener?
Yeah, we usually have a week in between, but with week 0 and the new matchups, we got an extra week of practice, and we got notified that we can do that about 3 weeks ago. So we're adjusting on the fly, literally flying back and starting on Thursday. So not a lot of downtime, but again, just with a fresh group, some transfers, some key vets coming back, I think the staff and the program's just excited to get to work.
What do you hope to accomplish in that period, especially with this extra practice time?
Yeah, I think it gives us time, especially as we've got a fresh group, just making sure we're on the same page. And we want to hit the ground running, play Coastal Carolina and North Carolina out of the gates, teams that have historically been in the NCAA tournament. That remains a goal for us. I look at the conference, and there's different levels. There's the elite groups, there's the championship groups, and then there's the great ones that can make tournament runs. And that's what we want to get to. We haven't gotten there yet, but we're hoping to.
Adam, let's finish here. We all ultimately define success by wins and losses. As I mentioned at the top of the show, only one team at the end of the year truly finishes exactly where they want to be, and that's the national champion. For you and this team this year, how do you think you'll ultimately define your success?
Yeah, we want to be in the top half. That's a big thing for us. I think 9 to 12 teams should be in the tournament. I think that's something that the conference should be pushing for. And that's a big thing for us. We're putting the bar high, and we don't want to lower our standards. Even though we had a down year last year, like I said, we've got a good program and want to be a great program.
Adam, as always, we appreciate the time. No surprise, the players that are with Maryland, we already talked about who they are, but now you get to know them a little bit better as we send it over to Elena and Holly.
Thanks so much, Rick. We're joined now with Ajack Malual and Eva Rohrbach. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Big Ten Media Days. What are you most excited about being here today?
Oh my gosh, I mean, for me, it's so new. It's my first time in the Big Ten, so this is just amazing. I was very much looking forward, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. It's an amazing opportunity to see players you see across the net and just see them as people and hang out with them and just talk volleyball.
AJ, for you, when you think of Italy, you think of great food and now gold medal volleyball. How has the transition from playing in Italy to playing in the United States been a challenge for you?
I mean, it has been a big transition, not just for like cultural reasons or, language, but also like the style of playing volleyball. And so I feel like it has been such a beautiful experience for me because I feel like I have something extra in my luggage of experiences in life. And so I get to see how, people in America play, I feel like the speed of the ball is a lot faster. So you gotta adapt pretty fast. And I feel like it kind of taught me to adapt to change very quickly.
Have you found any good Italian food here?
I mean, not yet.
Okay.
But Chicago pizza style is really good. So.
Okay.
Credits to that.
Eva, for you, you're known for your blocking. What is your mindset in the Big Ten? You have to stop the best hitters in the country heading into a match.
Blocking wise, it's a really tough skill that I'm still trying to master. I think the main thing I tell myself is just go. That's what our blocking coach Kyle tells us, just go, know before you go. If you're late, you're at least putting up a block rather than not going at all. So yeah, just having the mindset that you're gonna go grab the ball.
AJ, you're new to the Big Ten this year, new to Maryland Volleyball. Welcome. I'd love to hear a little bit more about your decision to join Maryland Volleyball and what you're most excited about with playing in the Big Ten this season.
Yes, I feel like I have been traveling a lot. I've been changing team pretty often, and I feel like I got to see what the SEC is like, and I learned so much from it, but I only got to see the Big Ten from the screen, and so I'm really excited to actually step on the court and play against this huge team that, you know, I've always seen on television, and I'm really excited about that.
Eva, for you, you're the veteran on the team. What is it like to combine all these new players with the veterans and form that Maryland volleyball culture?
Yeah, it's been an amazing spring. We're lucky to have such great girls that we picked up from the portal and then returners and a lovely freshman class. We're all about creating a culture that we can relay onto the court, being ourselves, but aligning to head to one goal is our game.
I'd love to get a little sneak peek inside Maryland Volleyball program. What have you guys been up to this spring and summer, both on the court, in the gym together, but off the court, just with some team building exercises as well?
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of lifting and conditioning, which is always fun.
Right.
Go through it together. And then indoor-wise, we run the summer camps, which is a great team bonding activity for sure. Forces you to go hang out in the dorms together. And then playing-wise, we've just done a lot of 6s, 5s, and it's been great to mesh everyone together and get the chemistry going.
We know you spent the summer in Rome. What were you doing in Rome? I know it's your hometown.
I was just walking around, you know, catching up with friends and family. I've been moving a lot in Italy. I just have many people that love me back home, and so it was great to recharge my energies.
Any plans to cook for the team? Some real Italian food?
Of course.
Yes.
I feel like we should make homemade gnocchi
Yes,
together.
I love gnocchi.
It'll be amazing.
I went to Puglia this summer, so it was fantastic.
I'd love to catch the invite when you do teach
Yes,
that. kind of
we'll make
stuff.
ourselves available.
Let us know. Well, you came straight from Rome to be here today, so thank you for that. I'd love to just learn a little bit more as well. What can fans look forward to seeing from Maryland Volleyball this season? When we turn on our TV and we watch you guys out on the court, what can we look forward to watching?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think perseverance. I mean, Adam talked about our last year wasn't what we expected, what we wanted, but we want to bounce right back. And we're also looking to keep consistency throughout the whole season and face each team the same way we'd face anyone or practice and lift. So yeah, just consistency.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. I feel like the things as a transfer that stand out the most to me of Maryland is just the culture and how much there's so much warmth from everyone. And I feel like even though we're a new team, we're so aligned towards the goal that we have. And so I think it's gonna be very visible from the outside.
You guys have seen the schedule for the upcoming season. Any matches that you're looking forward to the most?
I'm very excited to go to the West Coast. I'm from San Diego, so have a ton of family and friends out there and grew up watching UCLA and USC, so always a great opponent.
For me, Nebraska, of course, we got to play in their gym, and so I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, so many good matchups every night. It's excited for you to get to go back to the West Coast. I'm sure you're going to have a big crowd at that match.
Yes.
What have you guys been working on individually in your games in this past spring, summer, just some skill sets that you're really focused on enhancing this season?
This past spring, skill-wise, I've actually done a lot of focusing on serving. I want to be a piece of this team that can go back there and serve and get out of system and score points for us, and so that's important to me. And yeah, that's a big thing I've been focusing on.
Yeah, I've been working a lot on the things that I'm not so strong at, so blocking or even just staying consistent. I feel like the Big Ten, of course, every team has a really high block, and so I have been working a lot on swinging high, but also staying consistent in doing that and not having too many up and downs.
Eva, to touch on what you just said about your serving, what comes with serving is some defense, that left back defense.
Yes,
Do you take pride in that?
Yes, I love getting the chance to play defense. It's the best part of the game for me.
I love when a middle blocker makes a big
Yes,
dig.
it's so much fun.
Eva, you've already played for Coach Hughes for a couple seasons now. AJ, you've got to know him so far joining the program. What's your favorite thing about Coach Hughes and playing for him and just what he's done with this Maryland program?
Yeah, he's very balanced. Like, he sees us first as humans, of course, cares about us as humans before volleyball players, students before volleyball players, all of that. So you really feel very loved at this program, and it's exactly what I was looking for in a program, and I've had it so far.
Yeah, going along with what you were saying, I totally agree. I feel like even in my, while I was talking to Coach during the transfer thing, I really liked how much he balances, you know, giving all what you have and also like being yourself and having room for like conversations, how you can get better, and you can always talk to him. You can also, you know, grab a coffee and just talk, and it's really helpful.
Last season, some close matches. How do you flip that mindset and turn those like close losses into wins?
Yeah, for sure. I think, as I was touching on earlier, just approaching every game the same, whether it's a huge opponent, middle of the Big Ten, whoever, preseason, but approaching every game the same, with the same mindset that we're gonna go out there and from the get-go start.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the goal has to be to win, of course, but at the same time, we got to remember what are the things that we have to execute with consistency to be able to get the W. And so always reminding that every game.
The season is long and taxing, and it gets exhausting, and you have to stay mentally in it, but also take care of yourself on the outside. Eva, I know health and wellness is really important to you.
Yes.
What are some things you guys like to do in the depths of the season just to get your mind right and take care of yourself outside of volleyball?
Yeah, that's a great question, especially when we're traveling. It's just a hard place to be in. You're tired, you're doing schoolwork. I love just going for walks, exploring the area, kind of taking my mind off things. Doing that, listening to music, and stretching has been a huge thing for me as of recent, and it's really helped with mobility and every aspect of the game.
Yeah, for me, definitely like sleeping. You can recover every night. I feel like it has the biggest impact of my performance on the court. And of course, along with that, hydrating a lot and just, you know, detaching a little bit your mind from the game, but at the same time, being there and focused.
You talked about coaching camps together. What do you learn when you're coaching young athletes that makes you better as a player?
It's an amazing experience. You get to really take a step back and see and help all these girls that are loving volleyball and want to be just like Big Ten volleyball players. It's an amazing experience, and it makes you very, very grateful for what you have, and it brings us together closer. And yeah, you learn a lot. You learn how to manage, how to manage teams.
How about you?
I feel like little kids remind me of the reason why I started when I was a little girl. And it's really easy to like get caught up with all the goals that you set yourself, and you forget, you know, the reason, like the real reason why you started playing. And so it's really wholesome to see.
Yes.
We were all at that point, at some point in our career, right?
Exactly.
It's really fun to be able to give back.
Yeah.
I guess just big picture, what can we expect to see out of Maryland volleyball this year? What are your biggest goals as a team going into this season?
For this season, our biggest goals are just to, like what Adam was saying, top half of the conference. We really want to come out strong, face every opponent the same, and get some huge wins that, will project us forward and get some momentum.
Yes, I feel like we found a little bit of our identity with this new group, and so I think our biggest challenge is gonna like bring it from the first second we step on the court and maintain it all the way throughout the season. And so of course winning, of course making it to the top half of the conference, but also like don't forget our identity or like the things that make us like so close to each other's, and not get caught up too much from like chasing a win and forgetting about the team, you know.
Absolutely. Well, AJ, Eva, thank you so much for spending some
Thank you
time
for
with
having
us
us.
and giving us a preview into your season. Enjoy the rest of your day at Big Ten Media Days.
Thank you so
Of
much.
course.